Hello, I'm Jim Morningstar, your guide through this 9-session Integrative Life Teacher Training Series. In this class, we will be deepening our certitude of who we are and what is our unique way of being an integrative life teacher. We will identify your signature strengths, acknowledge what interactions in the world give you the greatest satisfaction, and what is your highest vision of fulfillment for our world. We will put these together in a personal statement of your life purpose, which will be the foundation for subsequent work we do in this course and in our life. We'll also have practices to take with us to integrate our purpose more into our daily lives. Lines and levels of consciousness. Well, it could sound like having a breakthrough in awareness of who you are is the ticket to fame and fortune. I do believe it is a ticket to becoming the hero of your own life and the fortune of nature's bounty. But of course, there's more. And that's the new world we create and support being our authentic self. We keep developing and growing in so many and diverse ways that it is the marvelous part of our existence. This course is about more than reaching high states of awareness. It's also about increasing and stabilizing our level of consciousness and maturity. Ken Wilber puts this concisely in making the distinction between waking up and growing up. There are many teachers who, through diligent practice in a discipline, have reached heightened states of awareness, that is, for example, being one with the universe, and who are able to repeat these states for themselves and train others to achieve them. What they neglect in their development, however, is maintaining a level of consciousness that integrates their functioning in various human lines that have been well documented and researched, areas of the cognitive, the self, values, moral, interpersonal, spiritual, needs, kinesthetic, emotional, and aesthetic, to name some of them. Some assume because they have achieved certain states of awareness that they have expertise, growth, and maturity along all these lines. They may not have integrated these lines into operational levels of consciousness which are increasingly inclusive and effective in creating inner and outer harmony and productivity. This will lead teachers and or practitioners to assume authority in areas where, in fact, they are immature or misguided. Their handling of finances and or interpersonal boundaries can become blurry or even illegal or abusive. This is why professional breathwork, for example, in dealing with non-ordinary states of consciousness, has evolved agreed-upon principles, ethics, and standards that are organic and growing with world consciousness. I helped found the Global Professional Breathwork Alliance for just that purpose. We all can use helpful checks and balances. These could be most simply summarized in the principles which hold true at all levels of development. Truth, being in integrity with one's own value system and respectful of others. Simplicity, being transparent and clear in one's motives, intentions, and behaviors. And love, holding compassion for oneself and others in the face of all fears and doubts that arise in both the teacher and student. Now, I have in Breakthrough with Breathwork, the book that I wrote in 2017, delineated the research levels of consciousness on the planet and how breathwork has been applied in each level, both to maintain health and balance within the level, but also to help guide clients through transitions and growth to other levels when they have a readiness to do so. Breathwork, when practiced in its ethical and integral form, is a particularly qualified tool to serve this function because it does not transmit a certain content or form of consciousness, that is, a doctrine, but helps to release the barriers to one's own evolving spirit in the context of their individual lives. I have a number of breathing exercises demonstrated on YouTube for free, from who I am to why I'm here. We're now ready to build on a foundation of the truth of who we are, a path to our soul's mission in this life. I reiterate that I believe we all have had a sense of who we essentially are and why we are here before this class. This is simply reaffirming and deepening these awarenesses. But like a true breathwork session, bringing these awarenesses into the present is a rebirth and can often feel like we're really getting it for the first time. That's how the present is, always new. And that's what keeps us vital and renewed in doing this work. When looking at our life with new eyes, we will experience familiar circumstances differently and reach different conclusions about what we value, where we'd like to go, and how to get there. This does not mean I will necessarily quit my job or get all new relationships, but could mean that I will approach each area of my life differently. What gives me pleasure, satisfaction, and fulfillment may well begin to reprioritize. These three areas, pleasure, satisfaction, and fulfillment, are what Marty Seligman and others call the pyramid of happiness in our lives. Sensual pleasures are good and necessary for our health and well-being. If they are ignored, it can compromise our self-care. Some of us need more training on how to truly savor our lives on physical, emotional, and mental levels. On the other hand, becoming addicted to sensual stimuli becomes a substitute for more complete levels of satisfaction and fulfillment, and leaves us feeling dissipated and without meaning. The higher levels of happiness on the pyramid is what we will focus on in this class. We will now create a statement of our purpose that is appropriate for this moment in our evolution. There are 3 steps in this process, each involving seeing with new eyes what's true for us. What are my signature strengths? Now, beyond sensual pleasure is the satisfaction we derive from sharing our value with the world and having it acknowledged and reciprocated. The pleasures are about the senses and emotions. The satisfactions, in contrast, are about enacting personal strengths and virtues. The strengths which are deeply characteristic of you or which you value the most are called signature strengths. They can be the ones you may display quite often, like kindness, curiosity, loyalty, and spirituality, or others may be displayed less often but are also quite important to you, like perseverance, perspective, fairness, and valor. Take handout 2 and in section 1, list 3 to 5 of your signature strengths. For example, kindness, curiosity, loyalty, spirituality, perseverance, perspective, fairness, valor, enthusiasm, creativity, humor. So complete this and come back to the video. What gives me true satisfaction? So what gives us pleasure may vary from day to day or even at different times of the day. What gives me true satisfaction in interacting with others, however, tends to be more enduring. For example, teaching, supporting, empowering, inspiring, helping people discover and improve their talents, musical, carpentry, writing, cooking, counseling, etc. So on handout 2 and in section 2, list the ways you most enjoy interacting with others. Complete this and come back to the video. What is my highest vision of the world? In the third part of your purpose statement, you are asked to describe the way you would like to see everyone in the world interacting with everyone else. This is a statement describing an ultimate condition, the perfection of the world in your terms, not based on your judgments of the current limitations of humankind. So write in handout 2 and in section 3, ideal vision of the world, a brief statement of how you would like to see the world actually be, how you would like to see people interacting with each other. Complete this and come back to the video. What is my purpose? Now, in Handout 2 and in Section 4, Statement of Purpose, combine the 3 prior subdivisions of this handout into a single statement. This statement should be idealistic. It's an ideal to which you aspire and gives meaning to your life, even though doubts and fears may arise along the way. So for an example, my purpose is to use my creativity, inquisitiveness, and optimism, that is, some of your signature strengths from Section 1, to support and teach others to express their talents, some of the ways you get satisfaction from Section 2, so that everyone continually experiences a life of joy grounded in love and service to others. This is some of your ideal condition from Section 3. Now, this is where you let your spirit come out. Do not hold back. Let your highest visions come through. Breathe and let it be as pleasurable as you can. Complete this and come back to the video. This statement of purpose is the umbrella under which all the intentions and goals of your personal, holistic life plan that you will create next class will fit. It can be used as a yardstick to measure prospective competing goals that you are considering. Hold each goal up to your statement of purpose and see which fits best for you in the present. For example, I want to get more education, or should I be taking a worthwhile job? Now, both are worthy goals, but what serves my purpose best at this point in my life? My heart will help direct me when my mind gets mired in the confusion of ego desires. So I recommend doing the statement of purpose exercise at least once a year. Even though the words you use or the picture you paint may change each time, the core of it is the same. It continues to deepen my gratitude for life and the wonder and joy of my journey in it. I suggest you put your statement of purpose somewhere prominent where you will see it often. I also suggest that you share it with supportive people in your life and assist them to write theirs if they're open to it. Celebration, when you complete this statement of purpose, is totally appropriate and valuable. Holding you in my heart as fellow travelers on the road home, I send and receive blessings for our circle and all sentient beings. Till next class, blessings and light and love.